asking, what are some techniques to dial up the energy when you're having the virtual meetings? Any examples?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we have many rituals from in the book as well. Definitely, I think that thing we do, like if you just reflect on that, the intention there is really making people move, activate. Yeah, the gestures, the movement. I think those are some of the techniques, or like the props. Props is another one. Really introducing these, because I think as people we are wired to act, we show our emotions. It's really when, like that haka ritual, right? If people start acting together, that will increase. So I would say using body and gestures, that's one technique. Definitely another one is props, like the hat, almost like making people curious about what we are gonna do, like that will create some kind of heightened energy. And also the words as well, like how you frame. If you ask a good question, that will also maybe increase the energy level in your meeting space. Glenn, do you want to take on this one? Any other?
I'll just quickly add, like one technique is to put a little productive stress on people. So like give them a challenge, give them something that engages, like where you're kind of almost like throwing down the gauntlet a little bit, but in a friendly way. And then people are like, whoa, what are we doing? Like, what's going on? That's another way to energize. And then to build on the props idea, we actually have this one ritual called New Sensation that involves putting your hand in ice water. And I guarantee you that will energize people.
For sure. Now I'm going to a couple of questions coming in about the business environment. So Hasna has asked, what's more suitable to be included in formal work meetings that wouldn't make one look unprofessional? And I'm going to piggyback on that one, because I do see some questions here around, would it be possible to provide some of the ideas in the context of business meetings? So there's quite an interest in that, and what would make one, do things that are rituals, but seeming appropriate for more business meetings.
Mm-hmm. I think that's a valid one. Yeah, I can imagine if you work in certain industries, like finance, and definitely. I would say, start small. I mean, that's one thing. If you can't do something super out there, you can take baby steps, and that's one thing. We always, in our design classes, we almost have that session to like how to roll out a ritual. We have this exercise with students. I think one thing is maybe have two versions. One is more like a MVP, kind of minimum viable version of a ritual, and then ideal version, and then start rolling out the minimum viable one. What are the items that that will make this thing work? And another thing, I think we get this question a lot. Don't call it a ritual. Sometimes ritual is a baggage. It comes with a baggage. I mean, we get this question a lot. So don't call it ritual. Call it practice. Call it a warm up or exercise, and make it. I think it really depends on your context. If you have that kind of seriousness in the business environment, don't name it ritual. And second one is scale back first, and then once people get familiar, you can introduce more. I think those are two. But Glenn, if you have any other.
I just want to quickly reinforce one thing that Kursat said, which is like these rituals, including all the ones in the book, are adaptable. So sometimes it's like subtle little tweaks in what you do. So for example, the parting aha one. So in a more kind of serious, if you're in a finance meeting in London or New York, you might, instead of saying like we're going to do a ritual called parting aha, you might just say we're going to close with like a round of. Each person is going to say like what was one like surprising insight for you. Adapt the language of and terminology of your context and be appropriate for that, because otherwise these things will get rejected. And then what you'll find is once you get your foot in the door, you can actually push pretty far once you get your foot in the door.
Yeah.